It was the sultry, neo-noir thriller that reignited Al Pacino's career and made Ellen Barkin a household name. But behind the steamy chemistry and murder mystery of Sea of Love lies a story of tension, regret, and one unforgettable scene that almost never made it to screen. A moment so charged it left audiences buzzing and its lead actress fuming. The real story behind that scene? It's far more complicated than what you saw on film. Sea of Love marked a pivotal point in Al Pacino's career. After a 4-year hiatus following the critical and commercial failure of Revolution, Pacino was hesitant to return to the big screen. It was his then-partner Diane Keaton who urged him to take the role, reminding him that he wasn't exactly Hollywood's hottest commodity anymore. Financial troubles added pressure. Pacino was nearly broke due to tax issues and personal investments in film projects. Taking on the role of Detective Frank Keller wasn't just a career move, it was a lifeline. The film, directed by Harold Becker and written by Richard Price, is a neo-noir thriller set in New York City. Pacino's character, Frank Keller, is a burned-out homicide detective investigating a series of murders where the victims are found with the song Sea of Love playing on a loop. The killer seems to be targeting men who place personal ads in magazines. To catch the murderer, Keller and his partner, Sherman Toohey, played by John Goodman, devise a sting operation. They place their own ad and go on dates with the respondents, collecting fingerprints to match against those found at the crime scenes. Enter Helen Kruger, portrayed by Ellen Barkin, a confident, enigmatic woman who responds to the ad. Keller is instantly drawn to her, but as their relationship intensifies, so do the suspicions. Is Helen the killer, or just another lonely heart looking for love? The chemistry between Pacino and Barkin is palpable, adding layers of tension and intrigue. Their performances elevate the film beyond a standard thriller, delving into themes of loneliness, trust, and the complexities of human connection. It's this magnetic connection that drives much of the film's tension, with Pacino playing the grizzled cop whose loneliness is palpable, while Barkin embodies mystery and danger with every glance. Behind the scenes, however, tension simmered. Barkin later disclosed that filming Sea of Love was a challenging experience. She felt the director didn't like her, and she was uncomfortable with the overtly sexual nature of her role. One particular scene, a now iconic moment that takes place in a surprising location, became a flashpoint. Barkin claimed she was forced into performing it, feeling objectified and tense throughout the shoot. She also recounted a disturbing incident where director Harold Becker allegedly ripped off her merkin during a nude scene, dismissing her discomfort with a callous remark. These experiences left Barkin with a bitter taste, making it difficult for her to watch the film even years later. Pacino, however, saw things differently. By the time Sea of Love was in production, he was hungry for a comeback. According to accounts, he was fully committed to the role, even when the scenes were demanding or uncomfortable. This was a career-reviving project for him, and it showed in his performance. He brought depth and vulnerability to Detective Keller, blending toughness with desperation in a way that only Pacino can. Pacino also found the role therapeutic. Some close to him mentioned how it reignited his passion for acting, which had waned after a series of disappointing projects. That particular scene, one that some call seduction, others call exploitation, would go on to define Sea of Love's legacy. But it was almost left on the cutting room floor. Barkin fought hard against filming it, and even now she struggles to watch it, saying her visible discomfort is plain to see. Audiences may have seen sensuality, but Barkin saw something else entirely: vulnerability, tension, and a power dynamic she couldn't shake. It's this duality that makes the scene so memorable and so controversial. Before we continue, a quick shout out to Perfect Fifth. They've got some incredible old school music inspired graphic tees like this VU meter design capturing that perfect analog vibe, Or this melting vinyl sunset, a minimalist ode to the golden era of vinyl. And this Star Strings and Stripes, a rock and roll twist that's perfect for the Patriots. And for Golden Throwback viewers, they're giving you an exclusive 20% off with the code THROWBACK20. Check out the link in the description. Now, back to the video. Production took place largely in Toronto, doubling for New York City's gritty streets. While exteriors were shot in Manhattan, the interiors were mostly studio-based. The restaurant scenes featuring Pacino and Goodman were filmed at O'Neill's, a well-known spot in Manhattan that closed its doors just a few years later. Interestingly, many of the street scenes included unplanned interactions, like when Pacino was bumped by a real New Yorker during filming. Instead of breaking character, Pacino kept rolling, showcasing his knack for improvisation. The iconic scene that nearly didn't happen was filmed under tight conditions. Barkin's frustration with the director boiled over, and Pacino reportedly tried to comfort her between takes. He was fully aware of her discomfort, but he remained focused, determined to make the scene as impactful as possible. That focus paid off. It's one of the most remembered moments in the entire film. Ellen Barkin's reluctance in that now iconic scene stemmed from feeling like her character was overly sexualized. According to interviews, she fought with director Harold Becker over its necessity. In her eyes, it was gratuitous, designed purely to tantalize. Becker, however, insisted, and Barkin eventually relented. Years later, she admitted she still feels uncomfortable watching that part of the film, believing it reflects her visible tension and discomfort. Despite the controversy, Sea of Love was a hit at the box office and marked the beginning of a career resurgence for Pacino. He earned a Golden Globe nomination for his role, though he lost out to Tom Cruise for Born on the 4th of July. The film's success reignited interest in Pacino as a leading man and reestablished his place in Hollywood's upper echelon. Barkin, too, saw her star rise, even if she remained ambivalent about the experience. Looking back, that seductive and controversial moment remains a topic of debate. Was it necessary, or just exploitation disguised as narrative? Whatever the answer, it's undeniably a part of Sea of Love's legacy, a bold moment that nearly didn't happen but ended up defining the film. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think of Ellen Barkin's iconic scene? Do you find it essential to the story or just pure shock value? Let me know in the comments.